My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Monster Train 2. Ooh, Melting Remnant Umbra. I'm surprised this is not complete. Ooh, 2 backed morsels in the base deck. Oh, that's a morsel maker, not a morsel master. Dang. 2 copies of Entombed Explosive as well, but we don't start with any of the reforms. Interesting. Although maybe we get reform from Rectiflicker. We'll see. Seraph, Chosen of Entropy, Archon, and Lord of Cherubs. Yeah, nothing to really concern myself with here, except for Archeon's pushing our front unit back. But we can chump block with Entombed Explosives consistently in that fight, ideally. I'm going to look at the champion call for... yeah. Cooldown 1. Reform 2 random units and apply an additional +10. That is a great way for me to get my tombs back. Starter cards cost -1. That makes all of the Shade Splitters cost nothing, but Golden Idol for 50% more from every single one of the trials. It's a lot better. Oh, this is cool. If I draw a Spear Steward on turn 1, I can even get on that top line. Oh, good backed morsels. We definitely want one of the lifesteal ones there. Maybe 2 of them? Then when a Crypt Call next turn, I'll get back that Entombed Explosive. Wing Spirit for the full heal. Sadly can't propagate enough damage back there. Rude. It's better to get the trial here, especially with the Golden Idol, than it is to get the Collector, if it was down to a choice between the 2 of them. Welcome back, other Entombed Explosive. I think by the time they get to the top line, I'll be pretty comfy killing them. Yeah, you've only got that 8 rage up here. I do need the bottom line to constantly be able to sacrifice units on, so I don't really want to set up down there. Ooh, Draft. Pretty good unit. Space Prism versus Antumbra Assault. I feel like I have enough sources of morsels in this deck. Am I going to be going for a Gorge Frontliner, Merchant of Steel Umbra, Merchant of Steel Remnant? Let's go Merchant of Steel Remnant, then Merchant of Arms, I think. So I'll take the Space Prism. Endless is interesting for some things. Yeah. Alright, give me Lay the Reformed and let's see what we can do. I can Large Stone her. And then give +14 in damage to the draft. Does anyone need damage shield badly? I can get them also making to have damage shield just to protect it a little. It's pretty cheap. So Lady the Reformed, and then 2 sacrifice lines in front of you. I definitely think, like, Rectiflicker, health. Sure. Let's go health and some damage on the bottom line as well. Maybe I should have lost a Dreg there intentionally. Yeah, actually, I'll lose 2 of them intentionally, and then I can just revive them behind the Lady of the Reforms for a good damage source. Yeah, so we'll be taking 6 damage from the Savage Spearman, but other than that, we're okay here. Double Drag behind you. It's also Shade Split. Getting some lifesteal on Lady of the Reform, probably not that relevant, but it is the best position to put the card, so... And then the Crypt Goal here will bring back the Entombed Explosive and Draft. Actually, this Draft is large enough that I can just summon it, and that'll do the fight. Golden! Oh, let the money roll in. Another Draft? Seraph Chosen of Entropy isn't one of the more terrifying in terms of, like, savagery you really want to push off of the floor that you care about. Dominion, same. I care about it in terms of Archon at least. Let's take a Dripfall. If I am going to go capacity, it does feel like another Packed Morsels really makes sense. Maybe I should go Umbra. Because then I can, like, the bottom line can be the Lady of the Reformed and sacrifices in front of you, and then units that I want to keep behind you, and then the midline is Umbra, and then the top line is Rectiflicker. Actually sounds a lot better. Large Stone Dualism. Okay, there's some really good... Ugh. Dualism on lifesteal doesn't matter at all. I get twice as much lifesteal. I still only use as much as I hit the enemy for. So only in a relentless phase does this end up mattering, and that's because I have a huge amount of lifesteal. But I'm also going to have more lifesteal than I can spend in a normal turn anyway. Shadow Eater, way too slow to really rely upon. Just because it does its Gorge at the end of the turn. If you were, like, if your stat line was garbage, and you said Gorge, restore 10 health, deal 20 damage to enemy units, and you also said Hunger, the keyword that means anytime a morsel is played on this floor, you immediately eat it, you would actually be a good minion again. But look at this cost. Look at this size. Look at this body. And this is your effect. To, after combat has resolved, deal damage to the enemy units in AoE. No, it's just not. It's just not reasonable. Annoyingly, Crucible Collector is really bad as well with Multi-Strike, because Multi-Strike spends twice as many of your lifesteals. So you want, like, Dualism Multi-Strike? That doesn't seem especially good. I feel like that one should probably be another large stone for me. Let's throw maybe Dualism on... No, Lady of the Reformed, you don't need Dualism to actually save the units behind you. You'll take enough damage. That'll be fine. Yeah, I'll just throw some more damage on the draft, I think. Not thrilled about this area, but ooh, that makes me much more interested. Worthy sacrifice. Give an ability to a unit to allow it to explode and give me energy when I have entombed explosives and I'm doing reform shenanigans. Yes, please. Oh my god, reanimate on one of them. Reanimate's so much better. I'm gonna go reanimate first on an entombed explosive, and then we'll figure out how to keep it around. 0, 0, 0. So you want me to go left, left, left. Hey, they are different ones. Merchant of Trinket, Merchant of Steel, Merchant of Arms. I can commit to that if I really want to. And giving... Actually... Oh no, because it's after that, and then I would go to the Merchant of Magic, which it's the first Merchant of Magic I'd be able to go to, and then have the Empyrean Well there after I get all of the additional sigils, so I'd be able to dupe the Many Lives, Fecundity, and Worthy Sacrifice troop. Oh! I'm gonna give you dualism, so you have reanimate 6 now. Oh, that's disgusting. Stinky. That's nasty. Should I just give straight up 20 health to Lady Reform? I think I will, actually. I'm spending money much faster than I usually do, but I think that's because giving me the Golden Idol means that, you know, basically, I am getting a reward from the Golden Idol, but that reward only has an effect on the gameplay as soon as I spend the money. So otherwise, I have no artifact at the moment and a bunch of money. I've got to spend the money for this artifact to really give me power. I can put the Morsel Maker in front because it'll just get pushed behind Rector Flicker in the first turn, so that's actually great for me. I'm gonna pop one behind you. I really do need additional damage on this floor, so I'll take that. Damage shield doesn't mean anything to a unit that's lifestealing constantly. Oh no, Lady the Reformed is gonna burn out if I jump block anymore. Let that Drake take the hits so that I can resummon it in a better position. Yeah, it's 100% capacity that I need. I'm fine if this order is inverted on this floor. Gotta get the draft down just because it's big. Then this entombed explosive right there will just kill all of these enemies. It's good. Yeah, I think I'm probably done playing morsels on this line, and I now just accept the drag. There we go. Get the additional capacity down there, and all's well. Going to have the additional capacity to play another copy of Entombed Explosive on the top floor, though I don't think we'll need to. Pretty much exactly how I expected that one to go. Oh, the Entombed Explosive. Pallid holes, kill friendly units, reform random units until it exceeds its capacity. Yes, please. Resin Blade, not bad either. I'll take the Hallowed Hole. Crucible Warden, given that I've already upgraded the other one, I think not. Paraffin Enforcer, not really good with reforming the floor consistently. I'm leaning Skip. First one definitely needs to be capacity. And then I have to go left, left, left. Oh wow, when a friendly unit dies, apply plus 10 damage to that unit. Yeah, given the amount of reforming I'm up to, absolutely. For the first time again, only selections from my allied clan? No. It's got to be artifact from the allied clan. A lot of the time when I encounter this event, it will be. Start a turn, common or uncommon morsel. First time an enemy dies each turn, add 2 morsel units to your hand. That's probably easier. Crit goal 2. Yeah, I don't need to burn bright. Yeah, we'll be fine. I really need to get my Entombed Explosive. Like, I need to get a second copy of it. I need to cut other cards from the deck. I need to do a lot of things so that this is reliable. When I can get it on turn 1 or turn 2, things change. I need that draft to die at least once. It's going to be really difficult for me to deal with the Scarred Sentinel, but letting this draft die once and then reforming it, bringing it back with 25 additional damage and then summoning it behind the Lady of the Reformed, I think gets us in a position where we have just draft kind of solving the bottom line for us. Or at least solving the most difficult part of the bottom line for us. Health-related thing, go bottom floor. I don't think I can play the Spears Dude because I'm going to have so many positions. Like, I'm not even killing anyone on end phase here. I'll play it. Give, please. Give, please. It's most of my damage, please. Magma Morsel in the back line is already enough to deal with the top. I'm gonna daze the Collector so that it can't trigger its resolve and flee at the end of the combat. It'll be at the front of the next line of combat, so I'll just get to fight it then. Great. Ooh, lifesteal for the top line is gonna be relevant. Oh, here we go. I love how many attackers there are on the bottom line because it allows me to just put down the Entombed Explosive and watch as each of them attacks and then triggers an explosion. Oh, wow, we actually do way less if we throw down another explosive. The first explosive is too good. And I do want this explosive to die in the next 2 turns, so. Who are indeed. Oh, it's triggering. We're getting the 10 every reanimate as well. Some damage shield on top of your lifesteal. One hallowed hole down there, bringing back another Entombed Explosive is more than enough to get us the win. Oh, that's great. Fatal Melting so that I can project some damage to the backline based on whoever's died on my floors, and Excavation Eruption so that I can kill any of the enemies that manage to ascend on low HP afterwards. Gotta be left again. Has to be left each time. Yep, multi-strike for the Crucible Collector. I really don't think I need to do anything else here. Oh, you know what? It's cut dregs. It's cut as many dregs as I can afford to get out of this deck right now. This deck will benefit so much from not having them. My dreg is a draft, you see. Gain 5 gold when a friendly unit dies. I think I have to take that over putting armor on front friendly units on Extinguish. Then, I mean, this dupe, there's nothing wrong with just getting another copy of that Entombed Explosive right now. even if it's not the super ridiculous version of it that we'll get after fighting Cael, it is a version of it, and I just cut a bunch of cards from the deck. Didn't I just say all I need to do is draw that early and we're good? Cutting a bunch of cards from the deck and then adding another copy of that. That's about as much influence as I have over that at the moment. I've had no friendly units die this battle so far. Entombed Explosive doing incredible work right there. Yeah, I've got a Dripfall Collector, I think, unfortunately, which just means accepting some damage to the pyre. I'll also prevent the corruption from it all. I prevent 3 corruption at the cost of having to take 6 more damage direct to the pyre? No, okay, that's actually worse. Because I give a killing blow to the wrong unit. Which I guess means I block with the worst chump I have available? Yeah, that one will do it. And there's the additional draft for the bottom line. Actually, that's only a 2 draft. Entombed Explosive there. Dripfall there. All of that, pretty comfortable. Packed Morsels, absolutely. You can block that as well. This draft, though, I think I should probably throw you up on the top line. Yeah. That's way better. Prevent all of the incoming damage as well as get our collector. This wasn't the endless one, so the other one's still gonna come back. There's a draft in a safe position, and then there's the 100 damage Entombed Explosive. Health and health. And health. I'm gonna do that, load holes on the bottom line. Yeah, it kills more friendly units down there. Gives me more gold. Crushing Demise. I want to be able to use Crushing Demise freely on the bottom line. I'll take Resident Removal, though. Because I can actually use that. Gem Throw... Damage shielding the top line, not bad. I really don't need those morsels, though. I'm fine. I can take it. Gotta be left again. Don't really get to make that decision. Just gotta let it happen. Hall of Mirrors. -2 capacity. When you play a unit, create a copy of it. I wonder if there's an argument that I should go capacity twice. Summon a friendly unit, draw equipment from your deck, apply -2 cost. Not relevant. Void Armament. I want to be able to put that on the Crucible Collector, but the Crucible Collector having more multi-strike than it has lifesteal gain in a turn, you gain 2 lifesteal, you use 2 lifesteal in a turn, means that you are much more vulnerable in the Relentless phase, because your second and third trigger of lifesteal don't do anything. They just heal your already full health body. That makes me feel like maybe the Void Armament's a really, really bad choice for you, actually. There are definitely ridiculous things I could do with Hall of Mirrors. Take Hall of Mirrors, throw it on that bottom line, start filtering through a bunch of Entombed Explosives down there. But that's also what I'm currently capable of doing, and it's not like having another Entombed Explosive behind an Entombed Explosive does anything right now for us. I'm gonna straight reroll here. Chomp is big. Chomp is huge. Chomp is +15/+15 for the Crucible Collector every turn, as well as another lifesteal, as well as freeing up some space on that floor. Stoic Plate Mail. No one feels comfortable wearing that in this run. Crucible Extension. I really feel like I should Crucible Extend the bottom line. I mean, if I did Crucible Extend the bottom line, I don't think I would ever need... Okay, I'm actually going to do that then. Glutton's more... Do I want you deployable? I think so. Now, oh hell yeah. Now removing guards from the rest of the deck is incredibly important. I don't see the stewards ever coming out on field. Not happening. This is one of the weird runs where I will spend so much money on removal very, very early on because I have so much access to money, and the thinness of this deck is the thing that will make it succeed. Usually I wait for my more expensive removals until the very end of the game. Sometimes I wait for any removals until the end of the game. So Cael will be on top floor, but I think the highest damage Cael is like 22, so Rectiflicker will be fine. There it is. We'll bring back the draft in the safe position, of course. As long as we have enough to kill the Chosen Bastion, we're okay. Yes, Vampiric Cherub is going to be buffing Cael, but that's not going to be too relevant when we do what we do with walls, you see. I'm gonna give all of the stat ones to Morsel on the top line. Oh, no! Oh, that's so good. Okay, so the Vampiric Cherubs Eaten triggered before my burnout death. So they buffed the Bastion unit, and then I killed it. Oh, that's so good. Excavation Eruption's gonna pay for most of itself this turn. Oh, it definitely pays for its full self this turn on the top line. Yeah, this is a great opportunity for me to just Rectiflick back. Alright, I had to pause halfway through a sentence there, so what? Look, I love a turn where I can burn a Calcified Ember. Was that what I was saying? I don't know. Maybe. I'm gonna be losing the Lady of the Reformed on the bottom line. With my current set of plans? Yeah, I'll be losing that. Now, is that going to be a problem? No, because remember what I can do is reform units. Alright, Glutton's Maw. You can eat one of them. Drip falling you down is probably a good idea. Get to take a bunch of extra damage. Oh yeah. Got that guy had someone he could eat. Perfection. Let's get an Entombed Explosive on this wall that I can just eat every turn. You gotta give him the Hellzibut. I'll throw another Entombed Explosive on the top line. I got space for it, don't I? That'll do. All I had to do was drip fall an Entombed Explosive down here to let it start blowing up. Yeah, screw it. I'll take the second Allied Halls. I'm gonna cost reduce both of them. I don't think I need to go additional capacity now that I've taken the Crucible extension, so I'd really like to go additional energy here. Fecundity and worthy sacrifices, eh? Let's get worthy sacrifice on one of the Entombed Explosives. Fecundity on the same one? Then Merchant of Magic so that I can cost reduce Oh, a frost on a hallowed horse, thank you. We'll also cost reduce that same hallowed horse. I don't think Holy Stone's especially important to me here. I'll re-roll Lee Stone. Holdover. Oh. 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 Yeah, screw it, I'm doing it. Intrinsic Hallowed Halls, and you are now a holdover Intrinsic Hallowed Halls. Let's see how that does for you. Crypt Call the Third. And then Iberian Well, the world's best entombed explosive. Oh boy, I hope I draw one of them early enough. I do want to say, Lady the Reformed would hold the Glutton's Maw very well, because then I'd at least be able to eat backline exploders every turn. But I think the stat line's much more important for the Crucible Collector. Yeah. I'll Hallowed Hall and just get the Lady of the Reformed with some more stats. It's important because I gotta hold it over as well. I'll make sure that the Roll Morsel is eaten next turn for the sake of gaining the additional energy at the right time. Sick. Entombed Explosive. Entombed Explosive. Hallowed Halls. Kill the explosives, bring them back. Entombed Explosive. Entombed Explosive. Explode. Explode. Thank you for the energy. Then Hallowed Halls. Kills all of you and reforms whatever you can. Of course, there's nothing to reform on the top floor. I'll get 2 Morsel Excavators up there to complete the Deformed Duo. I mean, I can't do anything about that Collector, but I think it's okay. Annoyingly, these units are coming back without burnout on the bottom line because they're not dying yet, because they haven't died yet, because they still... Oh gosh, they've got too much life in them. I'm glad I've got another floor that actually deals some damage, because good lord. Heck, the Hallowed Halls. They get stats. They get damage. So the bottom line actually works. That'll do. Wait, what's my... Oh, it's that entombed unit? Yeah, I guess, because I bring it back for 0 cost. And I can play it, explode it, reform. It becomes the front of the line. It's ready to explode and kill a bunch more things for me. Oh, I love when it's ready to kill for me. Oh, yeah, that's already the bottom line solved right there, but I do want them to die more. Yeah. Because you see, those units dying gives me money. Perfection. Oh, the money. I really don't think we need an additional copy of almost any of those cards in the deck. It is Prism Retrieval? It's really difficult to get me to take a card in this deck, but Prism Retrieval is just another copy of Entombed Explosive or Draft. It draws a unit, and when I've removed the appropriate units from this deck, it will only have good units to draw. Merchant of Steel, we still don't really have good upgrades to hit in a Merchant of Steel. Like, no one's really got good space left for upgrades to take. So I think just because of that, we take the Merchant of Arms, which gives the dupe option. First room card, played each battles, played 4 floors. Do that with Crucible extension. Yeah, whatever. Sure. Access cards that cost 3 or more have permafrosts. That'll keep. Prism Retrieval. Calcified Ember. It won't keep enough cards for that to be relevant. And Fade's First Blade. 3 rage whenever you lose a stack of burnout. It's worth 155 for us. Gain 5 gold when a tomb unit dies. Yes, please. On the turn after deployment phase, summon more Sublime to each floor. Yes, please. On deployment phase, discarding a number of cards and then draw that many. I don't think I draw any additional cards in the opening. At least any cards in excess of the cards that I want to be drawing in the opening. Gotta be another copy of the Entombed Explosive. I'll remove a single card from the deck and then we'll see. Does the cost continue increasing after this point? It does. 300. Iffy deefy. I'll take the judge's scales that I am not gonna use. The Iron Tongue would just be so that Lady the Reform can use sweep attacks on the bottom line, so sure. Hey, Sap 10 won't affect her. Both Hallowed Halls on turn 1 is too many Hallowed Halls on turn 1. That's really annoying. I don't want to play this hallowed halls on the bottom line this turn. Yeah, at least because it was a cardless card, it can't be brought back. Like the other choices, then we wouldn't even have a unit dead. Resin removal, fatal melting does no damage because no one would be dead. Throw a resin removal on the bottom line. Yeah, I think I'm just going to use Lady of the Reform to sweep this one floor once with that. Yeah, Hallowed Halls was always going to take that away from her, but as long as she had it for a turn. I don't really think I can avoid just throwing as many Hallowed Halls as the game will let me. But it keeps Lady of the Reformed alive, but I don't. Worth it. Crucible extension for every floor, please. Blew them all up, and it worked pretty well. Annoyingly can't do anything about the Deafening Herald here. Excavation Eruption hopefully can help come through for me on that one, because otherwise, yikes. Give this floor one of them. Oh, we got the silence unit. We're all good. I don't need that hollowed holes to clear the bottom line, so I'll save it. Ooh. Let's throw the additional draft on the bottom line. Yeah, even hallowed holes doesn't change anything here. If I really wanted to, I could just trip all the Crucible Collector to the bottom line just to be a bit readier for the Relentless phase. But I do think we're already comfortable against the Relentless phase on the bottom line with just your bombs. Okay, that's not so much the case. Yeah, that'll be fine. Slightly scared for a moment, but all's very well. Yeah, Shroud Collector, the Crucible Collector just good enough for the Relentless phase here, and that'll take us into our Titan fight. Oh, the Titan fight's so good. Because of Entropy, the front of every floor can just be a bomb. No need to discard any of the winning cards. Rectiflicker, you are going to need a chump block every turn, basically. I don't want to go with the Iron Song, because I will just immediately end up having to lose it. Also, I'm going to chump block with that one instead. On the second go round of that, I forgot to have the Crucible Collector eat, and you eating every turn is actually going to be really important. Oh no, wait, it literally didn't have a target to eat. Never mind. No, never mind, it totally did have a target to eat. We're all back on board. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, hell yeah. I love sweep units. This one can take corruption for me, which is nice at least. I'll eat that. I don't want to put that back in the reform pool. And, more than happy to get an Entombed Explosive out there. Fatal Melting the top line to remove a spell shield. I thought that was the resin removal. So I thought I was going to remove all of the spell shield. I did not look at a card too clearly before I clicked it. But I would have played either of them up there. Got to get some more Entombed Explosives down here, because it's now time to reform them. And then the reformed ones come back and I get to use their abilities again. Should I reform it again? No, I really think I saved this for a turn where it's needed for the damage it provides. I'm gonna get entropy in a reasonable amount of time anyway. It's not where I need to put my focus. Oh, big drive. Play it on the top line for damage. It'll die. That just gives me the ability to play it again. You fool! You've only made him more powerful. Dropping the Crucible suspension on every floor at the same time is such fun. It gets so big! Alright, next time when I play the Pyre Light, we will win the entire fight. So I'm just going to go all in on the Hallowed Halls for the bottom line here. All of it just hitting savagery. Not able to trample through its damage to the backline anyway. See, the backline's already dead too. Close, bring these back. More tombs! That's a fun run. I do love getting entombed explosives and just balling out of control with them. That event is so wild. It feels like, half the time I see that event, I have no minion that I care to let die in any way, shape, and or form. But even in those instances, I usually have a steward that I can just throw an energy pump into by giving it worthy sacrifice. Gosh forbid you have a minion that actually has a useful extinguish. When you do, things like this happen. What's that? 3 copies of the same ridiculous entombed explosive, 1 copy of one that's halfway there, 1 copy that's not at all. Solid 5 cards out of a... how many card deck? Oh, I can't... there's not just a number here saying how many cards are in the deck. I'm not going to count. 32. 5 cards out of 32. A sixth of my deck was the entombed explosives. Jump back to the outpost and ready to go into the dimensional portal in the next episode. But until then, my name's been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monstering 2. Top left is a series playlist for all my content of the game, past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Add above the thank tier. And a special thanks this episode to Matthew. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.